We should make people do the pledge before listening to the podcast.
We should.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
And to the
republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Yeah.
It's a missive from Mark Zuckerberg to me, right? Arrived this morning with an offer of a huge, huge amount of money, and the answer is F you. No fucking way.
Welcome to Irritable Dad Syndrome, with 2 scoops of raisins in every box. Please welcome your hosts, Mike and Darin.
Hey, everybody, I'm Mike.
And I'm Darin. Welcome to Irritable Dad Syndrome. This is episode 102.
In 2002, YouTube played the Super Bowl.
That's right.
The All That You Can't Leave Behind
Yeah.
songs from 2000 were played in the 2002 Super Bowl. It was
Yep.
the Who Cares versus the I Don't Give a Shit.
Yeah.
And YouTube played.
Yeah, and we were at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. They had Bono's jacket on a a thing.
Yeah.
What's it called? A dummy?
A mannequin.
A mannequin, thank you. And you were pissed because his jacket wasn't
Yeah, the whole
open.
thing, the big crescendo of the show was he threw a thing and he had America in there.
Yeah, American flag.
And
pride in the name of love.
A paperclip is all they needed.
Exactly.
To make it look like it should look. And they didn't.
Yeah.
They just didn't.
We're happy you're here. This is episode 102. I said that. Coming up on tonight's show, Mike and I went to see Roger Waters in concert last night. We're going to give you a thorough review of that show.
Yes.
And last week I went to a gender reveal party.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've went to one of those recently, but I've got some fun stories from the father-in-law.
I don't think I've ever been to one of those.
Oh, they're a hoot.
Yeah.
Before we get everything started, I wanted to apologize. So many of these episodes I start out with an apology over something that I have forgotten to do, something that I have forgotten to say, something that I said that was incorrect. Last week, we teased that I was going to talk about a concert that I forgot to go to, and what did I do? I forgot to talk about the show I forgot to go to.
Can I say, I'm going to quit saying here's the thing.
Okay, I'm going to do a count, and then, yeah. So
here's the point.
Okay.
I re-listened to the show on the day that it comes out.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know this.
I do
I'm
too.
part of the show.
Yeah.
I help create the show.
Sometimes, yeah.
And so on the day that it comes out, I like to try to hear it. I want to hear it as people are being exposed to it.
It makes you feel like you're part of it.
I feel like I'm part of the audience. And I heard you say that. I'm like, oh, I missed that part. I don't remember talking about that. And go through the whole thing. You've done that once before. You mentioned something about George Carlin, but it was in the stinger. It was in the. It was like way at the end, and it was awesome because the whole time I'm thinking, "Where's George Carlin? Where's George?" And then you did it,
and then we threw it in there.
This time it wasn't there.
I know.
So you've got a bunch of people excited. And
I know, and I let them down.
Nothing.
And I'm sorry to every person who I let down. But yeah, you had mentioned going to see the Flaming Faster Pussycat.
I mean, I didn't want to brag. But
it was a few weeks ago where you asked me if I wanted to go to that show.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm not going to be able to go because my son's birthday was that day, and I just wasn't going to be able to go.
And you don't like to see bands named after genitalia.
That's right.
Inflamed genitalia.
That's exactly right. That's where I draw the line.
Yes.
Where I draw the line.
I think it's a great place to draw a line.
And so I was like, that stinks, and because I like going to concerts, and hey, I've got a concert coming up that I was going to go to, and that's wait a minute, ooh. I got on the internet real quick and looked up Big Bad Voodoo Daddy. They're a swing band.
Yeah.
They were on the soundtrack to one of my favorite movies starring Jon Favreau, Swingers.
Yep.
Holy crap, what a fun movie that was. So they were coming to the Taft Theater in July.
Yeah. You just...
No, June 30th was the day they were supposed to be at the Taft Theater. I realized on July 18, I was like, I bought tickets for the show, and I didn't go to the show.
Yeah.
And the tickets were like $45 a piece.
Oh, my Lord.
Didn't go.
You paid 9 times more than I paid to see the Flaming...
Yeah, I know. And I was just sick about it.
Yeah.
Because I have never in my life forgotten to go to a concert.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Here's the point.
Yeah.
So get this.
Here's the deal.
So I was talking about it on the Facebook because whenever I forget, I love going on there, and then it gets
nobody ever ridicules you for things like that.
If you think I have a lot of fans on this podcast, you should see how many fans I have on my Facebook page. So adoring fans are all over it, talking about Darin and his wacky memory loss. Turns out, Big Bad Voodoo Daddy are doing a free show in Dayton in September.
Oh, okay.
So I'm like, the concert god said, okay, Darin, you screwed this up. You forgot the show. You didn't go. Yeah. You can see him for free. Yeah. So it's like a make good.
Yeah.
The show may be horrible because you got to bring a lawn chair and it's outside. And there may be a tornado. I don't know. I hope not. But anyway, so I'm going to see him in September. But I've never...
That's how it was when I saw Volcanic Snatch, was you had to bring a lawn chair if you wanted to sit down.
Volcanic Snatch. Yeah. Their album was I Lava You.
Oh, man. Yeah.
A concert that I did not forget to go to was Roger Waters.
Oh.
He came to Cincinnati.
Yeah, he did.
What an incredible show that was.
Yes. Yeah, that was one of the top tier shows that I've seen.
Yeah.
Because we talked about it. I've seen Pink Floyd, which is Pink Floyd sans Roger Waters.
Now, how many original members are in the Pink Floyd lineup?
Well, now there's only
was it just
two.
Gilmour.
Well, Gilmour wasn't an original member, so really Nick Mason is the only original member in Pink Floyd.
Okay, but the version of Pink Floyd that you saw
was Gilmour, Mason, Richard Wright.
Okay, and were they in the band with Roger Waters?
Who's the other guy? Oh, Roger Waters.
Well, Sid, but he's dead.
Yeah, Sid and Roger Waters. Yeah, no, so Roger Waters was not there. This was Gilmour Floyd.
Right.
And I was talking about the imagery. So the imagery we saw in Roger Waters, he is, in a word, opinionated.
Really?
He has points to his songs, and it was hilarious. I mean, it's a pure British show. I loved the type. My favorite, and I spoil part of the show if you guys haven't seen it, but he does the In the Flesh, the wall part comes in with the leather thing and the shades and the 1984, military police following him. Orwellian flags are coming down, and everything's on fire and everything's red, and he changes from the nice, gracious Roger Waters to the... And then it ends, and then on the screen, right after that, it just says, what the f*** was that?
Exactly. Well, I like, at the beginning of the show, that there's a disclaimer that the show will start in 10 minutes. Yeah. The show will start in 5 minutes.
Yes.
And then it said, for people attending the show tonight who are fans of Pink Floyd, who aren't fans of Roger Waters' politics, can right off. I'm like, this is okay. This is the show. This is what we're in for.
This is what you get when you get you can say a lot of things about Roger Waters, but he has integrity.
Yeah.
He left the band for specific reasons and stayed out. And I've watched interviews with him. He always shows up with a T-shirt and jeans. That's just him.
Yeah.
And he just tells him what he thinks. He told Mark Zuckerberg to right off.
He did. Zuckerberg offered him a stupid amount of money to use another brick in the wall for a Facebook ad, right?
Yeah.
Or was it Twitter?
For a movie about Instagram.
Yeah.
They wanted to use another brick in the wall, which
why?
How are you... I mean, we've talked about it before when they tried to use Born in the USA for campaign videos. Exactly. It's like, have you heard the song? Do you know what he's saying there? And you brought up Little Pink Houses. But so Roger Waters is very opinionated. He's been that way the whole time. Now you've got that guy in his 70s on a world tour. Yeah, I mean, I would completely expect that.
Yeah.
Start the show. Hey, this is how it's going to be. If you don't like it, the bar's right there.
Exactly.
Yeah, off.
But it was a really good show, and my mind was blown because, I don't know, 20-some episodes ago, I was talking about how for years I thought the song was called Dark Side of the Moon, but it's actually a two-parter, Brainwashed, Brain Damage, and Eclipse.
Yeah.
Okay, so he does Brain Damage and Eclipse. Holy crap. Tore the place apart. And then he starts talking, and he does two more songs.
Yeah.
And once he says, we're going to do another song or so, I was like, how do you follow that?
That was pretty good.
You just
it was a song from the final cut.
Yeah. It was amazing. So it was really cool.
So anyway, going back to the reason I mentioned seeing Pink Floyd before is when I saw Pink Floyd, they are all about imagery, and they had a video going through the show.
They got a lot of them lasers.
They got them lasers. But their video is very what's that called? Abstract. very abstract and artistically done, and as are his videos. But his are very to the point. Hey, this is a song about oppression, so here's going to be a bunch of cartoon police beating cartoon people until with billy clubs and red blood shooting everywhere,
blood coming out of their head.
Yeah,
like,
and and then you look at the Pink Floyd video for the same song, and it's like a guy with holding a cantaloupe in a field with flowers. And a lady with a dress walking in the background, waving, and a fish flying through the screen. You know, it's like, what the hell? So it's like two different types. What type of drugs do you like? Which one do you want to take?
Pink Floyd with Monty Python.
Maybe. Yeah. They're very. I mean, they're all kind of. They walk in the same circles.
England. Yeah.
But so it was really, really cool, especially when he did the In the Flesh and the wall stuff with the hammers walking imagery. That was very striking. Because I completely forgot about the frickin' walking hammers from the wall.
Very striking.
When that hit, yes.
Very good choice of words.
When that hit, it was not only...
Very on the head.
Yeah. Not only is this happening, but this is the literal dude that wrote that it is doing this, and he's acting the character for a bit. For that song, he's acting the character of Pink.
Yeah.
And it was like, blew my mind. Yeah. Really cool.
This portion of our show is brought to you by Undie Legs. Hey ladies, I'm Dave Lay. A smooth look is a sexy look, and that look is yours with new Undie Legs. The only pantyhose with a stay-put panty. Undie Legs go under the clingiest of clothes, erasing wrinkly panty lines forever. All that's left is you. So whether you're stretching, sitting, standing, or sitting, there's only one pantyhose that's always fitting. Nothing beats a great pair of legs. Now back to the show.
So it was a great concert. Before the show, you and I were there, and your lovely wife Bess was there, and our friend Matt Box was there, and we went to a restaurant in Cincinnati called the Moorline House.
Yeah.
And I don't think I've ever eaten at the Moorline House, but the food was delicious.
Yeah.
Service was really good. And I learned that you eat sandwiches with a fork and a knife.
I do.
Yeah.
Not all the time, but those I do.
Okay. What do you mean those? Which ones? Which sandwiches do you eat with a fork and knife?
A sandwich at a restaurant that is like that one was very clearly cooked in butter and it was greasy.
Right.
I don't touch that.
Okay.
And burgers fall apart, so I use a fork and a knife because we've talked about in previous episodes.
I don't like
to touch greasy stuff, and I don't want food touching my face.
Okay.
If I use the fork and knife, I can control whether the food touches my face.
Okay.
How much of my fingers are touching the food.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah.
So,
and then, so Bess and Matt were sitting there watching you and I go at each other like a married couple because I didn't feel like bringing my wallet to a concert, but I had my ID and my credit card on me.
In a freaking Ziploc bag.
Yeah, in a Ziploc bag. And you asked me why. I'm like, I don't want it to get wet. I don't have to explain to you why I haven't.
Plastic.
No.
You could soak your credit cards in a glass of water every night, and they would be the same in the morning when you wake up. It'd be a little wet.
I have a thing where hello.
Here's your thing.
Here's the thing, and this is. I don't know that it's an OCD thing, but if I'm at a public place, like when we go to Kings Island, I'm constantly checking my pockets.
Okay.
Not because I'm in fear that somebody has robbed me, but I've reached in, grabbed something, pulled it out, and then something falls out. Okay. So I'm constantly checking my wallet. I'm checking my phone. I'm checking my keys. And I keys, wallet, phone, keys, wallet, phone, keys, wallet, phone. I'm a freak.
Yeah. No, I do the same thing.
When I went to the concert, I didn't feel like carrying my wallet because I have so much cash. Right. So I just left that at home.
Yeah.
And I put the credit card and the ID in a Ziploc bag so that they always stay together, so that I don't. And then one of them falls out. Yeah. That's why I'm a freak.
Yeah. I'm just keeping them together is a better explanation than I don't want them to get wet.
Right.
Because I thought when you said I don't want them to get wet,
that was a joke.
I thought you were messing with me, and you were. There are times, Darin, when I'm an idiot.
Okay.
There are times where my mind is not on point. There's other times where I'm a couple steps down the road, I feel, from the conversation, and I'm like right on top of it.
Right.
The problem is I can never predict which of those two mics is in the conversation.
Gotcha.
And sometimes they swap out, and you can see that happen when I completely lose track of what I'm saying mid-sentence. Right. That's when Smart Mike has left the building. And idiot Mike, it's like a pilot and a co-pilot in my head. And every once in a while, the pilot just says, I got to go take a and leaves. And then the co-pilot's like, oh. It's like the blow-up doll in Airplane.
Exactly.
It's like that guy.
The autopilot.
Is autopiloting Mike for 5 to 10 minutes while Smart Mike is back there playing Candy Crush on the can.
I love when Julie Haggerty comes out. Does anybody in here know how to fly a plane? Everything was fine until they were out of coffee. And then...
What the hell are we supposed to talk about now? Against my better judgment, I went to McDonald's.
Okay.
I went to the drive-thru.
Right.
Okay. I'm ordering. It's breakfast. Okay. I enjoy McDonald's sausage biscuits.
I do too.
They give me a headache every time I eat them. They just do.
Okay.
I accept that. I'm going to get a headache. And I decided...
And it's worth the headache.
It is.
Okay.
So I feel like a McDonald's sausage biscuit and a McDonald's hash brown is an acceptable breakfast for somebody who's given up on the day. Like you just said the day's done. I don't care.
You've given up on the day before it's even started.
Yeah, that's in the beginning. You're just checking out on that day.
You know what? Screw this.
Screw it.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, what's better than one sausage biscuit and a hash brown? It's 2 sausage biscuits and 2 hash browns.
Ooh.
So
okay.
I ordered 3. Now, one of them was for Charlie in case he wanted one, because there's always a chance I'm going to bring something home. It doesn't matter what it is. I could bring home...
Oh, I totally envisioned you eating in the car with your kids in the backseat. Daddy, can I have something? No.
I could bring home live sushi, which I don't even know if that's possible.
It's not. It's called a fish.
A fish.
Yeah.
Bring home a fish. And he... If I don't bring enough for him, he'll want it, and if I do bring enough, he won't want it. So
I'll
just bring enough.
Going to Vegas and on live sushi, big flashy lights. And,
it's just an aquarium.
Yeah. It's just an aquarium.
So I order, and McDonald's has entered into the Matrix age. They've got those monitors there that have the menus on them,
right? And
they populate with what you're telling the person on the other end,
right?
I want a sausage biscuit, and you see biscuit, sausage.
Yep.
And then 2 of those.
Bloop, bloop.
1, 2. That's happening live. I ordered that, and I see it's like French sticks or French bread, whatever, something. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, they have the French toast sticks.
Somebody back there is smoking crack. They go through the thing, and I'm like, she's going to read the order back to me. So I give the order. It's 3 sausage biscuits, 3 hash browns, Bess wanted a breakfast burrito, and I wanted a coffee on top of all that.
Okay.
Daddy needs coffee to get back home.
Yeah.
And I say all that, and I'm expecting her to read the thing back, and she doesn't. She says, okay, it's 10 something, pull around.
10?
I'm like,
that can't possibly be.
The message, the thing doesn't read what I ordered. She's like, what'd you order? 3 sausage biscuits, 3 hash browns. Oh, yeah, I got that. Before I got through it. The question was, what did you order? I don't even get through the whole order, and she says, oh, yeah, I got it.
You got the same lady that I had like a month ago.
Okay. So I say, okay, she's got it.
Yeah.
Okay. I pull up to the thing, and I'm like, they're going to give me a receipt, because they always give you a receipt with everything that you ordered.
Yeah.
And she looks at me when I pull up. She's like, did you get the blueberry muffin and the hot cocoa?
No,
I got the sausage biscuit. Oh, you got the sausage biscuits and the and she yes me
plural.
She yes me through the burrito. And I said, okay, well, in my head, Pilot Mike is in the can. He's yelling down the thing. You're gonna get a receipt. It's okay. You'll get a receipt. And co-pilot Mike is up there saying, "Okay,
I don't want a receipt.
I want to know. I want them to acknowledge that I'm getting the right thing. It's you'll get it. You can just show the person who gives you the food the receipt, and they can go get you the right food. Okay, all right, okay. So I pay her, and I pull up. She opens the window. The second lady, and you remember Flo. Was it Flo, Kiss My Grits?
Yeah, Polly Holiday.
Now, she didn't tell me to kiss her grits, but imagine how Flo would open the window at a drive-thru when she's tired of mail for the day.
Go get your sausage biscuit.
What'd you get? Sausage, but yeah, okay. I'm all they've heard me say is sausage all the way through here. Hands me the thing, gives me the the bag, and I'm sitting there. I'm one of those people now that I hate when I'm in line. Like, get your food, get out of there.
Yeah.
I'm counting the biscuits.
Yeah.
I'm counting the burrito, and it's okay. It's all in there, and and she like hands the coffee out at me, and you got me the coffee, and I'm like, they got my order right. I don't know how. I don't know how they did that.
That's a miracle.
And I don't know the French toast sticks person. I don't know if they're ever going to get their food. I don't know what happened. But that was a very emotionally draining McDonald's visit for the morning. I don't need that drama.
Was this the McDonald's across from where Kroger used to be?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's same. So I probably got the same lady.
You got the yeah lady.
Yeah, just don't me through my order.
It's like, don't ask me if the order is correct when you're trying to answer. Yeah.
Well, I might say, I might be ready to say, give me 2 sausage biscuits, a sausage burrito, and 15,000 packets of picante sauce and a muffin.
Right.
I might be ready to say that. You don't know. Don't yeah me through it.
No, don't.
One of these mornings when I feel sprightly, I'm going to go down there and I'm going to keep changing my order every time and see what happens. See what I get at the end.
I said I wanted 4 sausage biscuits.
Yeah.
2 ham biscuits.
Yeah, and a partridge in
extra
a pear
gravy.
Tree.
Yeah. So remember when I told you about going to Libby and I went to the bar to eat, and we got a burger and a salad, and the lady says, "I'm ordering onion rings." Remember, my buddy Jeff and I went back to that place, and we got that waitress again, and I leaned over to him and I said, "She's the one who says onion rings." He goes, "Oh, whoa!" And we were so hoping that she would do that. She didn't. But she's like, "What would you guys like to drink?" And she, head tilts to the side.
You say some beer,
some onion rings is what I want, But yeah, so I was so excited thinking that we might get something like that again. We didn't, but a man can dream, right?
I lose track of which McDonald's is the one in our neighborhood. There's that one, and then there's one over by on Union Center.
The one next to the library.
Yeah, I've had bad experiences in both of them, but I can't remember which one's the bad one.
Jacob told me that everyone at the high school says, "Do not go to that one."
Irritable Dad Syndrome is proud to be associated with Newsly, the all-in-one audio super app for iOS and Android. For the first time ever, the entire internet becomes listenable, all in one place. Newsly picks up articles about the most trending topics and reads them to you in a natural human voice. Irritable Dad Syndrome is available there too. You can find trending podcasts from more than 80 countries and digital radio as well. So stop scrolling and start listening. Download Newsly now. Just go to www.newsly.me and use this promo code 1RR1TABLEDAD and receive a free 1-month premium subscription.
There's something I forgot to tell you from like a month ago.
Okay.
When we went to Hilton Head, when we were driving through Hilton Head, we saw a grown man, walking down the street outdoors wearing a trash bag. He had cut holes in the trash bag.
Yeah.
And he had tucked it in somehow to his shorts, whatever. Looked like he had a trash bag diaper.
Oh my God, that's me in 10 years.
That's me in 4. So I raise you. But I remember we're driving, and I'm just, so what do you think we're going to do after the... And she's like, she thought I had a stroke. She's like, what is wrong with you? Then the boys are like, what's wrong with Mom and Dad?
Are they filming Jackass over here?
And we're just, you can't take your eyes off a guy in a trash.
Did he have anything else on?
Shoes. No shirt. Trash bag diaper.
Was it a cinch sack? The hefty cinch sack?
that cools the jewels? Yeah. No, he's just walking around, and we're like, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Good for him.
You may have witnessed someone at their low point.
I think
so. You may have. Wow.
I think I did.
Wow.
On the podcast last week, I mentioned that we wanted to do for a group what Stranger Things has done for Kate Bush. And we wanted to help launch somebody back into superstardom, back into popularity, mega popularity. Yeah. And we decided to do that for the group T'Pau with their song Heart and Soul. I found out some things about the group T'Pau. T'Pau is a Vulcan elder. It's the name of a Vulcan elder in the Star Trek series.
Okay.
So this song,
like old school Star Trek, where Kurt is like banging green aliens.
I don't think there were Vulcans. No, there were Vulcans. Yeah, I'm thinking Klingons.
Yeah.
And Ed Jones is listening, and he's going to ping, pop a spring.
There were Klingons in the original too.
Yeah.
Well, I want to start a fight with you and Ed Jones. I'm just saying.
That's the trouble with Tribbles. It's the only episode I remember. The group is named after a Vulcan elder, which you listen to their music, and that doesn't sound like a Star Trek-inspired band.
No.
The lead singer, her name is Carol Decker. She sang the lead and all the background parts. So it basically makes that song impossible to do live. All this time, I thought it was a duet. I thought it was like 3 singers.
Yeah.
Or maybe a 3-singer duet.
Well, that's not logical.
No, it's not. It's highly illogical, Captain. So we're hoping that the downloads for Heart and Soul by T'Power are through the roof.
Yeah.
And when they find out, they're going to be like, why are people just automatically downloading our song like crazy now? Well, you're welcome. It's because of us here at Irritable Dad Syndrome. So it reached number 4 in the United States and in the UK back in 1987. And so hopefully it can go number 1 in 2022 here in the United States.
Let's make it happen.
Let's make it worldwide.
When I think of all the things facing us and our children,
yeah,
and what we can do about it, one thing that we can do about it is make T'Pau have a good week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good year.
Good year.
Yeah, they'll be on Rolling Stone magazine.
Yeah. Is that still a thing?
Rolling Stone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It sure is.
All right.
Yeah. Maybe Irritable Dad Syndrome can get on the cover of Rolling Stone magazine.
We may.
Remember Dr. Hook wrote that song on the cover of the Rolling Stone? After that, they put him on the cover of the Rolling Stone after that song came out.
Okay.
So, yeah, dreams can come true.
Yeah. So you went to a gender reveal party.
I did.
Okay.
So Chris Michael is one of our patrons. He's our boss, essentially.
Okay.
He makes... This podcast would not air if it weren't for him.
I've got my response to the gender reveal. It's like it's on a diving board, and I'm either going to dive well or I'm going to body slam. I'm waiting to see. Was it his gender reveal party?
No, we know that what his gender is.
Okay.
Yeah.
But did he have the party for his child?
Yes.
Okay. I love gender reveal parties. No, I know he. Yeah.
Hey, everybody, watch this. Zip. No. Stop doing that now.
Oh, no. I want to do a gender reveal party for a 40-something-year-old dude.
They already have a little girl, Victoria.
Yeah.
Okay, Victoria was born...
And it wasn't for her. We know what she is, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
We know that Victoria is a little girl. Yes. She's adorable. She's the cutest damn button.
Are they going to name her Vicky? Are they going to call her Vicky?
I think they can.
Or Victy.
Actually, they call her V.
Oh.
Yeah,
V.
V.
V is the lead in the semi-hit Cyberpunk 2077. Your character's name is V.
V.
Is that why he named her V?
I don't think so.
Probably not.
Yeah, I'd have to ask. I think they named her after maybe his grandmother, or maybe it's just a name they saw.
Or the Victrola.
On the shaver.
I'm sorry. What's the thing?
The hell's a Victrola?
What's the thing that's like the vinyl player with like the big horn coming out that Ben Franklin listened to? What is that? Victorola?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know.
Vic Mason. Vince McMahon.
Victorious. Wait a minute.
So they have a daughter named Vince McMahon. They have a
daughter named Vic. She's not named Vince McMahon.
It would be cool if she was.
Vince Neil is her daughter.
Okay.
They have a daughter named Victoria.
Uh-huh.
Now, when she was born during the thick of COVID.
Okay.
They couldn't have...
She was what we refer to as a COVID baby.
A COVID baby,
okay.
Yeah. They couldn't have a gender reveal party because the man said we couldn't have large gatherings.
Okay.
They weren't going to do that and put people at risk because if you remember, COVID was really bad.
Yeah.
Okay. They couldn't have a gender reveal party, so they had good old Uncle Darin, good old buddy next door come over, and I photographed their announcement, hey, we're having a baby.
Yeah.
Okay. And then when they were having their gender reveal, I videotaped it for them.
Okay.
I knew before anybody
Yeah.
that Victoria was going to be a little girl.
Okay.
And I was like, holy crap. I knew she was a girl before either of them did, which I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Now that COVID's died down a tad, they could have a party. And I was invited this time. I got demoted from videographer and social media
master of ceremonies,
elite, exactly, to just attendee of the next party.
Did
Just
they do something?
fine.
Did they do something weird, like feed the dog something pink, and then
They
everybody
did.
watches
They-
it poop?
they waited
like,
for-
oh, it's a girl.
They waited for Sadie to poop. Yeah, exactly. Boy, we waited hours.
Because that's where all those videos on YouTube of like people blowing off their thumbs or
Yeah,
their testicles
they
during a
didn't-
gender reveal party.
Nothing caught on fire. There were
Okay.
no fights. Okay, it
Okay.
didn't go like the Florida man
Didn't
attends.
cut open a pig and
No.
there's a pink
No,
bunny in there.
no,
Okay.
none of that.
Okay.
They had just, I don't know, a ton of family members over there, and,
Uh-huh.
and Libby and I were there. Their families are, oh my God, her mom and dad are fantastic. Chris's brother and his mom and everyone who's there just could not have possibly been nicer to us, and we had a great time.
Yeah.
I was talking to Chris's father-in-law. That would be Mary's dad.
Mary's dad.
Mary's dad, and he said that
Victrola's granddad.
grandfather,
Yeah.
that he didn't quite get the gender reveal party. And he says the gender reveal should take about as long as it takes to make a baby, about 2 minutes. To which I looked at him and said, 2 minutes?
Yeah.
Wow, how do you go that long? What do? Think about something else? Baseball? He says, yeah, you count to 100.
Okay. Okay. All right.
We're out. They moved, so they fed us all. Oh my God, there was so much food. It was like Thanksgiving. They moved it out to the backyard. Where,
Was it good food or not so much?
Oh,
You
it was
could say- just us. It's just us here.
It's just,
Yeah,
nobody listened.
No.
Barbecue sliders.
Okay.
All
All right.
Really, really good.
All right.
There was a buffalo chicken dip.
Okay.
There's a fruit and a veggie and a cheese tray.
Yeah.
And there were cookies, and it was really, really, really good food.
Not many people know this.
Yeah.
Buffalo chicken. The buffalo is because the sauce was invented in
Buffalo,
Buffalo,
New York.
It's not a hybrid of
they
buffalo
didn't
and
breed
chicken.
a buffalo and a chicken.
No.
That poor chicken. Yeah.
Or that hen-pecked buffalo.
What's my point?
I don't know.
We moved the party
Sliders, yeah.
to the backyard
Uh-huh.
where they were on their porch.
Yeah.
They have a what's it called? A patio.
Victrola. Okay.
They were on, what's your deal with the
Don't
Victrola?
know. I got to look up what it is. It won't leave my head.
They were on their patio,
Yeah.
elevated up, and we were all in the yard. And they had these two confetti cannons.
Okay.
Okay, not really a cannon, but it's a tube. They pull it and it shoots confetti.
Yeah.
So we're all
I
waiting.
was right. That's a Victrola.
It's a Victrola.
Yeah.
Okay, very good, very
Yeah.
good. We're in the yard waiting for them to pull the thing and to shoot out a color of confetti.
Either blue or
Blue
pink
means it's a boy.
or a mixture.
Pink means it's a girl.
Yeah.
Okay. They know they're not having twins, so it's one.
Is that what you do if it's twins? Would you do two of them?
You would, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting.
So Mary and Chris both had their confetti cannons, and they were going to pull them at the same time, but
Yeah.
Mary's didn't work right. Chris pulled his
Yeah.
pink confetti. They're having another girl.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So confetti.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Chris, Mary, and Victrola, and Sadie. That's their dog.
Yeah.
You guys are going to have another little girl in the house. It's going to be awesome.
Was it biodegradable confetti?
Absolutely.
Good,
Yeah,
good,
they wouldn't use
good.
that degradable.
I didn't know whether
Yeah.
to go protest on their lawn. Because I'm busy tomorrow. I don't have
Right.
time to do that.
Well, they shot the confetti. It's still in the air, okay? It hasn't even fallen to the ground, where someone behind me said, oh, 2 girls. I guess I'll have to try again for a boy.
Oh.
Like the confetti hasn't even. It's
Wow.
still doing the.
Are we still there? Is this still the 1800s where the king needs a frickin' prince to carry on the...
Carry on the name.
Or is that 1300s?
Right.
Good Lord.
And then after that, someone had said, but then they'll have 3 kids, so they'll have to have a 4th to even things out.
What is this? What the hell?
Yeah. So,
Okay.
Anywho, but they're having another little girl.
Okay.
And I refer to the kids as my goddaughters now.
Yeah.
To which Chris has pulled me aside and said, Darin, You've got to tell me. You're not the Godfather, right? You know that. Anyway, Chris, Mary, Sadie.
Yeah, congratulations.
Vicky, V. Congratulations. You got another little girl coming on, and that's going to be awesome. And we're here to help. Uncle Mike can come over and help anytime you guys need. Yeah. I needed some help with my computer the other day.
Okay.
And our regular IT person, I've mentioned before, I work remotely.
Yeah, so what is it, like a Best Buy Geek Squad dude drive up in your driveway?
They drive over, yeah. No, they, the IT guy will remote into my computer, take, control over it, and look over, and then we type whatever the problem is, and then they go through and fix it. So the regular IT guy who I've worked with for the past 6 months, leaving the company. And there's another guy who I've never worked with before. Yeah. That said, reach out to him and he'll take care of you. So I sent him an email. He gets back to me, asks what the problem is. I explained to him kind of what it was. Yeah. I said, can we get on Teams? Because if you get on Teams, and then you can share your screen and talk through it or whatever. So we do that. Yeah. And he kind of talks like this, So what's your problem here? And we go through all the problems. Yeah. And he fixes it like super fast. I'm like, how'd you do that? Oh, it's pretty simple, really. And
was he eating a hoagie? Tell me he was eating a hoagie and he got a big mustache.
I sounded like one of the Mario Brothers. I predicted that he has a big mustache.
You got there. You got a bunch of turtles. See, they took the princess. They got her up there in this castle. Now, what you got to do? You got to go jump on those turtles. Yeah, they got toadstools, man. You jump on those, you'll slip, you'll fall, or you bust your ass there.
Yeah, my cousin there, he had to jump over all these barrels.
Yeah.
Once the problem was resolved, I was like, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And I'll talk to you later. Have a good day. He says, okay, see ya, Pally.
Pally.
I love it.
Yeah.
I have been called Chief. I've been called Dude. All right. Yeah. Buddy. Yeah. Pally. All right, Pally. It's like Dean Martin with a Southern Comfort. Not a Southern Comfort. What was the drink that he always had?
Vermouth.
He had a vermouth and a cigarette. Okay, Pally. I'll talk to you later. Hey,
Well, that's like the thing if somebody comes up and says, hey, bud, I'm not your buddy friend. I'm not your friend, pal. Like, it seems like if somebody said Pally, it would like drop it. You'd be like, wait, nobody says Pally, but you got called Pally in the wild naturally.
I love it. It's just like, never been called Pally before. I thought it was great. Another nickname I got was Tonight. Before I came over to your house, I was craving something sweet. I ran by a convenience store and I got it. Paid cash. Okay. Supposed to get like 17, almost $18 back in cash, and I'm looking at my change. Do you count your change? Because I know you don't look at your receipt.
I don't use cash.
Okay.
Unless I'm at
If you use cash, count your change.
Yeah.
Good lesson that I learned from my mom. Always count your change. And I'm looking, and I had $12. I'm like, this doesn't look right. I know I'm not a genius at math, but I thought I was supposed to get 18.
Was it outside of your Ziploc bag? Maybe it fell out of your pocket.
I didn't have time to put it in the Ziploc bag.
All right.
The dude working the register here, it's like 92 degrees. He's wearing a stocking hat. He's wearing a sombrero. Yes, he's wearing a sombrero. Ole! He's wearing a
knit cap.
A knit cap.
What is that? Why do people do that in the heat?
I don't know. And then while I'm driving there was a kid on a skateboard wearing a hoodie sweatshirt. 92 degrees.
See, Jesse wore both those. Jesse was in New Mexico, Albuquerque.
Yeah, he had
with a hoodie and a knit cap and the whole thing.
A 3X, which I don't get. But I'm looking at my thing and he says, is there a problem, boss man? Boss man. Because I'm like, I think you shorted me $5. And I'm looking, he goes, oh, sorry, boss man. Here you go. Sorry about that. And he gives me another $5. Yeah. And I'm like, if you're calling me boss man, does that mean I get to fire you? But was it anonymous? Was it an honest mistake? Was he acting stupid? I don't know.
I mean, before you were called boss man, I would say yes. But after they call you boss or boss man, because I've been called boss, it always gets my hackles up.
I hate when something gets my hackles up.
Gets my ass up on my back, as they say.
I heard today they're remaking Roadhouse.
How do you do that, man? Roadhouse is a freaking classic.
You can't remake Roadhouse.
It's like remaking Terminator, like the first Terminator. You don't do that.
No.
You don't do that. You just make sequels until people want to kill themselves. But you don't nobody replaces Arnold. Nobody replaces Patrick Swayze in Roadhouse.
You can't. Yeah.
You're gonna be nice. Until it's time to not be nice.
Be nice. Come on. If somebody gets in your face and calls you a I want you to be nice. Okay. Ask him to walk, but be nice. If he won't walk, walk him, but be nice. If you can't walk him, one of the others will help you, and you'll both be nice. I want you to remember that it's a job. It's nothing personal.
Being called a written personal?
No. It's two nouns combined to elicit a prescribed response.
I wonder if somebody calls my mama.
I need about 350.
Is she? I want you to be nice until it's time to not be nice.
Well, how are we supposed to know when that is?
You won't. I'll let you know.
Exactly.
It's a classic.
And then you got to bring in Sam Elliott.
Oh, yeah.
One of those days, huh?
Yeah.
Well, a wiser fellow than myself once said, sometimes you eat the bar and much obliged. Sometimes the bar while he eats you.
That some kind of Eastern thing?
Far from it.
That's a movie. Roadhouse, here's how good Patrick Swayze is in Roadhouse. Is that you forget Sam Elliott is in it until the next time you watch Roadhouse.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm going to watch this, and you see Sam Elliott, and you just like flip. Oh, my God, he's in it, too.
Yep.
That's how good Patrick Swayze is
Yep.
in the thing. It's just, it's...
Well, I still can't... And it's not a problem with Patrick Swayze.
Yeah.
Anytime I see a Patrick Swayze movie, I keep going back to Ghost.
Yeah.
And he could walk through walls, but he never fell through the floor.
Yeah.
And I'm never going to understand that. No matter how hard I try, no matter how hard, scholars and clergy and whoever tried to explain it to me, why wouldn't he fall through the floor when he could walk through a wall? He could jump through one subway into another subway. Well, actually, that was the other Ghost. Get off my train!
Yeah,
Dude,
that guy.
give me some onion rings.
Yeah.
The guy who jumped through one train and landed another, and then landed on the floor.
Yeah.
I've got a problem with that. But that has nothing to do with Roadhouse.
Yeah.
I like Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah.
I think Jake Gyllenhaal's a fine actor.
He's awesome.
Yeah.
He's really cool. But leave it alone, dude.
Yeah.
Make your own thing.
Make a new movie.
See, you don't mess...
I'm changing this to just stop. Make a new damn movie.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't... See, okay, so let's go back through some remakes that have not worked out so well. They had the balls to remake RoboCop. Did you see the remake of RoboCop?
No, I did not. I did not.
I read all the reviews that said this is an abomination. This is a crime against God, humanity, and the United Nations. And I love RoboCop so much. And I'm like, I got to see it. I just want to see, because you watch the original RoboCop, it's got so much style to it. It's got a lot of style. Okay? It's got style.
I haven't seen it since it first came out, but I remember enjoying the movie.
In my head, it's in the same classification as like Evil Dead 2. It's got that style.
Yeah.
It's like a really good B movie. And I was like, when I rewatch it, the effects are good, but I've always thought, man, if they made it now and they had current effects, it would really be awesome. No. You need Peter Weller. And you need those janky effects. You need Ed 209 to move like a stop motion clay thing. Yeah. Because the Ed 209 or Ed 4083 or whatever he is in the remake looks awesome. The rest of the movie just sucks.
Now, does what you say about this, does that also apply to, did you see the old Clash of the Titans compared to the new Clash of the Titans?
I never watched the new Clash of the Titans, and we own it. I've never seen it.
Okay. So,
to me,
okay, explain to me why
Clash of the Titans is Harry Hamlin and his pepperoni tits fighting
with the robot owl.
With the robot owl.
Hey, pepperoni tits. Hey, Pally.
Fighting James Caan, centaur guy, and Medusa.
James Caan wasn't in.
No, but the guy looked. I always thought he was. I thought it was the same actor as a kid. I was like, that's that guy from Godfather. It's not him.
Tits. Or what about Dune?
Dune. Okay.
Or you? Because I know you're a fan of the remake.
So I am a fan. Now that's one.
I am too.
Now I'm a fan of the original Dune. I have my reasons, and I'll go into them a little bit here.
Mm-hmm.
I had a really rough time the first time that I saw Dune. I had some stuff going on.
The original one or the
original
new one?
with Kyle MacLachlan and all that stuff, and that was kind of an escape for me. Like seeing that movie, a really rough day, and seeing that like took me to a different place, and it was nice. And it's at the time in those days, those sandworms looked awesome. That all that stuff looked awesome, and I dug the artistry of it, and I thought it was cool that Sting was in it. You look at it now, Sting cannot act his way out of a Ziploc bag full of credit cards,
and he hasn't.
And
he hasn't, like, he was on Only Murders in the Building on Hulu.
Okay.
And he hasn't learned to act since then.
No. But I still, the original
and he
Dune,
played himself.
The Dune. He's so bad he can't play himself.
Sting.
Okay. It has a special place in my heart, but I always wanted to see Dune done right, and I think the new version of Dune is Dune done right.
Okay.
What are other remakes?
I know.
So the RoboCop one was terrible.
The Coen brothers remade the John Wayne True Grit. With
Jeff
Bridges.
The Coen brothers can do no wrong. If the Coen brothers came out and
usually I would agree with that, but they've lost their edge because the last 2 or 3 movies of theirs that they made, I was like,
if they came out tomorrow and said we're going to remake U2. And we're firing her, and here's the new U2 band, I would be like, well, let's give it a try.
John Goodman is going to be Bono. Yeah.
John Goodman would make the best Bono. Pee Wee Herman would be the Edge. It'd be great.
No, they would put the regular cast in there. You know?
Yeah.
They'd throw Jeff Bridges in there somewhere.
Oh, yeah, Jeff Bridges would be a roadie.
George Clooney.
Yeah. Jeff Bridges would be the roadie in the back smoking the cigars, and there he goes climbing up the stage again.
Tim Blake Nelson. Well, I'm with you fellers. Yeah.
Steve Buscemi would show up at some point.
Exactly. What the heck do you mean? What the heck do you mean? Hey, everybody. Mike's back. Mike's
hey. So remakes. One.
We interrupt this podcast, or we now return to the podcast already in progress.
So one amazing remake, Lord of the Rings, is a remake.
Does that count because it was a cartoon?
Okay, I'm counting it.
Okay,
maybe not.
The Ralph Bakshi? Was it Ralph Bakshi?
I don't know who it was.
I think it was.
Conan the Barbarian. The remake was not good with Jason Momoa. It had such potential to be so good.
Right.
And I walked into it expecting this is going to suck, but I just want to see him be Conan. I want to see Jason Momoa be Conan.
Yeah.
If you watch the original Conan, all he has to do is have muscles and swing a sword and say, cross your enemies, see them driven before you, and hear the lamentation of the women. That's his line.
Right.
The whole movie, everything else is... That's it.
Yeah.
And maybe everyone's like, Valeria. Nothing else. All he has to do.
Victrola.
So if you read the Conan comic books, which I did because I was a loser kid.
Okay.
And I read one of the novel by Robert E. Howard, something of the Dragon, Year of the Dragon, or something of the Dragon. It's like the Conan book. He's supposed to be smart.
Conan?
Yeah. Believe it or not, he's supposed to be relatively intelligent.
Okay.
They left that out of the movie.
Do you remember years ago, I think it was at the Golden Globes, Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sylvester Stallone presented an award together, and Arnold's up there, the nominees for outstanding directing in a documentary, and Stallone's like, when are you ever going to learn to talk? He says, how long have you lived here? It's embarrassing. It was hilarious. It was the highlight of the night.
Yeah, so it should have been so good, and it just wasn't. And I walked into it expecting it to be cheesy as all hell, watching it as a free streaming thing, and I don't even think I made it through the whole movie. I think like the last half hour, I'm like, I get it. He's gonna kill that guy with the sword. I'm done. I'm going on with my life. It's so disappointing.
Yeah.
Because I like the original Conan the Barbarian, but the effects are like you can see the string holding the thing. You know, it's like, man, this would be so good if they could redo those effects. I'm like, they're gonna do it with Jason Momoa, and he can act. He's like an actual actor.
Well, didn't they remake American Werewolf in London?
I never saw the original of that.
Oh God, okay.
I've heard it's amazing.
Okay, the original American Werewolf in London was absolutely amazing, but it doesn't hold.
Yeah.
It doesn't last. What am I trying to say?
It doesn't hold up.
Yeah, it doesn't hold up. Thank you.
Yeah.
At the time, it freaked me out as a kid.
Yeah.
Watching him turn into a werewolf, and then the dude, Rick Baker, did the makeup for it. One of his 30 Academy Awards for makeup. Truly well deserved. But yeah, it doesn't hold up. Even so, the new one that they made, yeah. And then they remade. God, they remade like Halloween.
Horror, horror, like the Halloween remake. I was excited.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
I didn't mind the remake of that. I thought the original's got that 70s look to it, like really grainy film, and that I think the Texas Chainsaw Massacre needs that. The remake of Friday the 13th I thought was going to be amazing because the original Friday the 13th. I think it was just a guy smoking pot, and they were trying to copy Halloween. We talked about this on the Halloween app. They were trying to copy Halloween. They were like, hold on. He kills him with a knife, but then he runs away instead of walks away. Well, here we go. You know?
Damn it, Ted, I love you. That's a great idea.
So I thought now they've got hindsight. They have all this like lore of Jason Voorhees.
Yeah.
They can like completely copy Halloween and all these things. They can make this. They can do this up right with new effects. It's not. It's okay. There are some really cool scenes of him looking super scary, and that's it.
I'll tell you one movie, and granted, you really can't call it a remake because it was based on an old TV show.
Spaceballs?
No, The Fugitive.
Okay.
Oh my God, The Fugitive is an absolute masterpiece.
Yeah.
And I rank that as one of the top 3 Harrison Ford films.
I didn't do it. I don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tommy Lee Jones at his absolute finest. Harrison Ford at his best. I mean, the acting, the directing, the cinematography, the music, everything. Edge of your seat. And it's one of those really cool things as a father. Because when Jacob was old enough and he watched it and experiencing it with someone who's watching it for the first time, he's on the edge of his seat. Yeah. When he gets in the elevator and the door's shut and there's like, 8 police officers and everyone's up to shit their pants.
Yeah.
You know, and he's like, Dad, what's going to happen? I'm like, keep watching.
Well,
and it just a roller coaster ride, man. And
in the same vein as the Mission Impossible, that was TV show that became like a movie remakes with Tom Scientology.
Tried. The Mission Impossible movies are on the Netflix now. We tried watching the original Mission Impossible.
It doesn't hold up.
Boring as hell.
Yeah, it doesn't.
We stopped.
Yeah.
We got about 20 minutes into it, and I was like, "Do you guys want to watch something else?" And Jake was like, "God, I thought you'd never ask."
Yeah.
Nobody
doesn't hold up that well.
And I remember seeing it in the theater, thinking, "That's a pretty good movie."
Yeah.
But my God, it's so boring.
Yeah.
I can't remember who directed it, but he tried to make it kind of like what Ang Lee did. When he made his Hulk movie, he tried to
make Hulk sexy.
He tried to make a real Hulk, like a real drama, like a real story. It's like, I just want Hulk to just break and throw things and just go Hulk out, you know. But the Mission Impossible was so boring, so boring. No offense, Tom Cruise, we still want you to be a guest on the show.
Yeah, I mean the Mission Impossible series is awesome. And the part of the reason is it ratchets itself up. Each movie, it's like, okay, he jumped from the moon. He was on the moon.
Yes.
And he jumped with nothing, landed on the earth, and shot this guy in point. Okay, what's he going to do next? It's like, well, you wait till the next one. We're going to
Yes. What? He wasn't on the moon.
I know.
But he almost went out of our atmosphere, right?
Wasn't there a James Bond Moonraker.
Moon. Yeah. It was Octopussy, where
and
he
Moonraker.
stood on top of a plane, flying in the air. He fought somebody on top of a plane.
You remember when I went on my rant about the flaming...
the flaming... Yes.
I have very similar feelings about Octopussy. There had to have been somebody in the boardroom when they're talking about, here's the new James Bond movie. Octopussy is like, really? Octopussy. Octopussy. That's what we're calling this movie. That's what it's going to be called. Where does that name come from? Oh, that's the lady. Really? That's the lady. That's her name. That's what you're going to call her.
Conan did this great. You know Conan O'Brien, right?
Yeah.
He did this incredible bit of editing. Well, he didn't do the editing, but the bit was, he was talking about how, these James Bond movies always have play on words where they're, always close to the edge on being, are they dirty or are they not dirty? And so it was Remington Steele was James Bond, and the Bond girl was like somebody on a top. And he says, on a top, on a top.
Yeah.
On a top, on a top, on a top, on a top. On a top, on a top, and then back and forth, and I've got tears coming out of my eyes, and then there's a long pause. On a top, I'm like, oh my god, very, very, very funny. But yeah, Octopussy,
don't,
because I think, and now don't quote me on this, but I think that one came out after For Your Eyes Only. And I was a huge fan of For Your Eyes Only. It may have been, I don't know if it was the next one in the series.
I think For Your Eyes Only might have been before that. I think Octopussy is the last one where they're like, guys, we need to calm down.
Exactly. Steve Farrell, we need your help on this.
Actually, I have the...
Do you?
I have the full James Bond Ultimate Collection here.
Okay, here we go.
Good God.
But it doesn't have, there's one of them, it doesn't have the one with... the guy who was only in one movie.
On Your Majesty's Secret Service is in here.
It isn't? Okay.
It's not in the... Good God. Octopus... Oh, For Your Eyes Only, then Octopussy.
I was right.
Then A View to a Kill. Then The Living Daylights and License to Kill. God bless the dude. Was it Timothy Dalton?
Timothy Dalton.
To me, he's Robin Hood that sticks his hand in the tree in the Flash Gordon movie. Do you know what I'm talking about? And then
Timothy Dalton goes to parties and hi, my name is Carol and I work at Sears. Oh, I'm Timothy Dalton. I was James Bond. No, you weren't. Yeah. Anyway, let me take you on a tour. No, seriously, I was James Bond.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Poor Timothy Dalton.
So for a walk down memory lane, I've only made it to... I'm at Goldfinger now. I started watching these, and so Dr. No and From Russia with Love is you get to watch. What's his name? Sean Connery. Just backhand ladies.
Yeah. Put cigarettes
Miss
up.
Moneypenny, get that tight little ass in here and show me what the next mission is. Jesus, man. Come on. Can you calm down?
Miss Moneypenny. God.
Dude is like, if you were to have when the kids get to the point where they're studying the patriarchy or whatever in school, just watch the first 5 James Bond movies. Everything's in there.
Hilarious.
Everything's in there. There's one. It's either, I think it's Dr. No. I think it's the very first one, because that's the one where he's like going to the island. He's with a lady, his contact.
Anata?
No.
Okay.
And he's saying, how do we get in there? And she's like, I think you... I'm thinking. I can't think with all that racket from your mouth. Go bake. He stopped just short of, go bake me a ham.
Shut your mouth and get me a sandwich.
I don't know how. I would love to see them if you talk about remake, I would love to see them remake the... You can't do it.
Remake the original Sean Connery ones?
I think it would have to be like an Austin Powers. You could not do it serious. You cannot do them seriously.
What's that say? That's what International Man of Mystery was amazing.
Who gave you leave to speak, love? This is real life, not the kitchen. God, man, what is wrong with you? But then you get to Daniel Craig. Daniel Craig is like crushing tracheas with his fist. Yeah. And then Miss Moneypenny tells him to quit being a little bitch. He's like, I'm sorry. So it's like, whoa, you guys completely flipped the other way. You went the other way.
I've only seen 2 of the Craig ones.
I've seen. I think Casino Royale is probably one of my favorite James Bonds of all time. I love that.
What was the one before that?
Well, that was the first one with him.
Because Casino Royale bored me, but the one after that,
The one after Casino Royale was Quantum of Solace. I only got part of the way through that. Skyfall is amazing.
I loved Quantum of Solace, but I have not seen Skyfall.
Skyfall is probably... I forgot about Skyfall. I have not seen Spectre.
Didn't Tom Petty do the theme from Skyfall?
I don't know.
No, wait a minute. That was Free Fall.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I thought you were going to say, did Tom Petty play?
Don't even bother putting the rim shot on that. That wasn't... So you're talking about action movies. We watched The Gray Man on Netflix, which is...
What the hell is that?
What's hunky Ryan Gosling?
Yeah.
Who...
Drive.
Yeah, he was in Drive.
Yeah.
God, that was a weird movie.
I like that movie.
Yeah, that sounds about right. So hunky Ryan Gosling...
Yeah.
He
was in the Notebook with that lady.
Yeah.
They couldn't stand each other. Did you know that?
Oh, really?
Yeah, him and the lady, in real life, they hated each other.
Oh, yeah, I did hear that. So here's my funny Notebook story. Years ago, I went to, remember Blockbuster Video?
Oh, yeah.
I went into Blockbuster Video and I rented 2 movies for the weekend. I rented The Notebook and Saw.
Oh.
And the guy says, whoa, there's... you got a variety of movies there. I said, well, one for me, one for the wife. And he's putting them in the bag. I said, yep, she sure does love Saw. And he did. So it's Ryan Gosling and Chris Evans, Captain America. Okay.
Yeah.
Chris Evans has the worst mustache.
God bless Chris
ever.
Evans, and I think he knows that.
His haircut is horrible, and he keeps wearing these shirts that need to be just like a half size bigger.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he's in this
I
movie.
love that.
He is he's such a horrible person. You just can't stand him.
Yeah.
Which I hate because Captain America is my favorite.
Yeah.
It's like
he's my favorite too, but I love when actors play against their type.
I do. I love that. Yes. That's great that you're showing your diversity, your variety, and all of that. And that you have range and stuff. Because Tom Hanks said that he'll never play a villain, even though he was Colonel Tom Parker in the Elvis movie.
Yeah.
And then in Road to Perdition, he played a gangster with Paul Newman.
Yeah.
What was my point? Oh, The Gray Man.
Yeah.
Oh my God, the action
what's it about? I don't know what it's about.
So hunky Ryan Gosling is in prison. Okay. For murder.
Okay.
And Billy Bob Thornton, my favorite, comes to get him out and hire him to work for the CIA as a secret assassin, essentially.
All right.
We're going to hire you. You're going to be off the grid, and you're going to kill people for us.
Okay.
For as long as we basically own you.
Yeah.
Okay. So he's on it's what they call a hit. Okay. When an assassin goes,
there was a contract put out.
Exactly, and then he found his mark.
Okay, and so that is the person to hit.
The person to hit is your mark.
Yeah.
So, and he is hunky Ryan Gosling has found his mark. We find out that the mark is also in the same organization that he's in.
Dun, dun, dun.
I know, the plot thickens.
Yeah.
And it goes crazy, whatever. And then Chris Evans comes in, and he's trying to kill Ryan Gosling. Ryan Gosling is trying to kill Chris Evans.
Okay.
And they're fighting and stabbing each other in the back.
Yeah.
And punching each other in the face and kicking each other and falling off buildings and going through. It was so over the top. I expected John Wick to walk in any second now. And I'm watching
I'll probably love this.
I'm like, Mike is going to absolutely love this movie. We did have a good time. It was fun watching it.
We still need to watch They Live. We should have watched it the other day. We're going to find some time to watch They Live.
Okay.
It has, and I'm not exaggerating, the movie is maybe an hour and a half long. I think the fight between Roddy Piper and the other guy, I think it's 17 minutes long. It is
kind of like Peter Griffin fighting the chicken.
It is. Yeah. That's actually a parody of this fight.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It goes on forever because Roddy Piper. I don't know if you know this, but he was a professional wrestler.
Yeah.
And they oh my God, Okay, I'm going to tell you the premise. I won't spoil anything because it's a really simple premise. It's an amazing movie. John Carpenter. Okay. The premise is that aliens have been here and they're controlling us and our media.
Right.
And Roddy Piper finds sunglasses that when you put them on, you see the world as it really is. Mm-hmm. See, they did this before the Matrix was a thing. He sees like advertisements and he puts it on and it just says buy deodorant and this, that, and everyone. And he sees
Eat at Joe's.
Yeah. and he sees aliens interspersed, and they,
Ooh,
and so he is trying to get his friend to put on these glasses. That's how this fight starts, dude. It's gone crazy.
Mm-hmm.
If you put on these glasses, you'll see it. And his friend's like, I don't need to put on those glasses. You're out of your mind. He won't put on the glasses, which in and of itself is hilarious, because if I came to you and I told you, you would at least, just for a goof, put them on and be like, what?
Yeah.
He refuses to put them on.
Right.
So then they get into a fight, and Roddy Piper is trying to force the glasses on. And I'm not kidding, man. It's a 17-minute fight. They're punching each other until they're like almost knocked out. They get up, and he's like, just put on the glasses. And he's like, I ain't putting on those glasses. And they get to another. It just keeps going and going. They're slamming each other into cars.
Okay,
they're
I've got to
punching.
see it.
It's
I've gotta see it.
amazing.
I've got to see it.
At one point, Piper has a brick, and he's hitting the other guy. Put on the glasses, and he won't do it. And I'm sitting there thinking, how did they make this? At some point, somebody had to come up, like an intern had to come. Mr. Carpenter, we've been talking.
We've run out of film.
It's a 90-minute film, and it looks like this fight's going to take about 30 minutes of the.
Right.
We got to get to the final scene. We got to get to all these. And no. Make him hit him with a brick again.
Right.
It's just they keep getting up and fighting.
For every 1 minute that is on screen, sometimes can take up to an hour to shoot.
At one point,
with all the different camera angles and getting the blocking and the lighting, and which they may not have put that much attention into to those elements of the film.
I've seen the movie recently, like within the past couple years, and it's not as cool now as I remember it being. And I have a theory about that. I believe when you see things as kids, you like mix things together. I'm watching this movie like, no, I remember this scene, and I remember that's from a different movie, or that's from a video game that I was playing. And in my head, they're all in They Live. But this fight scene is one of the most epic things. But I firmly believe that the chicken and Peter fight is a parody of this. They just keep coming back at each other. They just keep coming back, and all he has to do,
John Wick,
like you will be on the edge of your seat, but not for good reasons. You're on the edge of your seat, and I was saying when I was down here watching it a few years ago, I was like, just put on the glasses. Just he's gonna kill you.
Right.
Just put on the glasses. Just look around for 5 seconds. Just look.
There. Fine.
Yeah.
Now give me some onion rings.
He won't do it. There's one. I don't know for sure if this is in there or not. But in my head, it's in there. He gets knocked unconscious, and Roddy Piper is putting the glasses on. You see a hand go, throw him off, and the fight starts all over again. But it is a beautiful, beautiful movie.
I mean,
and the music is done by John Carpenter.
Does his own score.
It's got that whole thing. It's a really cool movie.
Yeah, we'll have to definitely check that out. Mike and I, we even though we do this podcast together every Tuesday or Wednesday, like we're doing it this week, we rarely hang out outside of that because that's Mike's preference. But Mike,
we have to nurture our friendship.
I know you invited me over to your house on Saturday, and we watched a U2 documentary, and it was enjoyable. I liked it.
Thank you. I felt like we've reached a point where, if you don't like that documentary, I think I explained this to you.
It's over.
It's over. This whole thing. But I think you have an appreciation.
That would be like you telling me, it's like, you know what, I really don't care for Shawshank Redemption. All right. You can right off. Yeah.
But yeah, Bess was like, are you really going to not talk to Darin again if he doesn't like this thing? I was like, I kicked a girl out of the car because she said something about Bono. I'm not afraid.
Yeah,
I'm not afraid.
Yeah.
No, but it is. You've heard me go off about Octung Baby I don't know how many times. And that to me is the best showing of why that album matters. So thank you for watching that with me.
You're welcome. Maybe next week we'll have watched They Live.
Yeah,
we can do a review.
I definitely want to watch They Live with you because it is such a beautiful movie. And it's one of those I watched as a kid, and I don't know what happened. It was like, I think I told you before, I saw Halloween. I came downstairs way too early with my Kool-Aid expecting Fraggle Rock, and then there's Michael Myers slaughtering people.
Right.
They Live is a very similar thing. I'm like, that's Roddy Piper.
Yeah.
But he does not have his kilt.
Right. No,
and that's not Hulk Hogan. And this fight, he just put on the glasses.
Yeah.
Just put them on.
I mentioned the Coen brothers earlier. Do your kids listen to the podcast?
Not they used to, like, periodically, but not much now.
When we were driving to Hilton Head, Libby's like, "Hey, let's put on the podcast." And Libby and I listened to she listened to 4 or 5 episodes on the way down. And what's funny was because at one point Cameron took off his headset and says, "Guys, can you turn that off? I'm trying to listen to Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?" Granted, great movie.
Yeah.
But I'm, glad to know that's where my podcast stands.
Yeah.
He'd rather listen to a movie he's seen 5 times than an episode of Daddy's podcast that he hasn't heard yet. Well, guys, we're going to wrap this up. We want you to go to IrritableDadSyndrome.com. And I know I ask every single week, but if you want to become a patron, you can donate $1 a month, and you can really help us keep this podcast going. And when you do that, you get bonus stuff. You can watch the videos of our live stream on the YouTube. You can listen to bonus audio. Did you put that bonus audio on?
I did.
Yeah.
The gun and the...
There's a great story that Mike told about going to the Cold Stone Creamery, and there's a guy in there with a gun.
Literally.
Yeah.
Strapped across in betwixt his teats.
His pepperoni tits. So there's that. There's all kinds of bonus audio on there from, this is our 102nd episode.
Yeah.
And we've got a lot of bonus audio on there. So you can do that, and you can go and you can buy merchandise, and you can get your girlfriend an Irritable Dad Syndrome hoodie. Yeah. You can get a Whompers All Beef Footlong Hot Dogs beer mug. Yeah. All kinds of cool stuff on there.
We're going to have a guest next week. So next week we're going to have, all you guys that show up in the stream be on your best behavior.
Yes.
No
shenanigans.
No calling people.
No tomfoolery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I'm talking to you, Robert Hill.
And then the following episode is our clips episode.
Yes.
Our best of. So
I can't wait for that.
Any of you guys have clips from the past year that you thought were awesome, we've got a pretty good list.
Yeah, get your requests in now if you have any of your favorite episodes, and we will do our best to mention them on our best of season 2 clip collection. So,
yep.
Thank you again for listening, and we hope to see you next week on Irritable Dad Syndrome.
Hey, guys. Hey, somebody let me out of here. Guys. Son of a bitch. I think I have my keys here somewhere. No, I don't. Well, hello, guys. I need someone to unlock this booth.